Welcome to a deep dive into one of the most powerful journeys you can embark on, healing your inner child. This isn't just about nostalgia, it's about unlocking your truest potential and achieving emotional wholeness. Have you ever reacted strongly to something small? Felt an overwhelming sense of inadequacy? These moments often trace back to the unaddressed needs and hurts of the child you once were. The inner child is the emotional blueprint left behind from your earliest years. It carries the joy and innocence, but also the pain, fear, and unmet needs experienced before you developed adult coping mechanisms. Failing to heal these past wounds means the child's perspective often dictates the adult's decisions. Healing the past is the critical step toward building authentic self-esteem and claiming a future free from these old emotional restraints. To truly understand how to heal, we must first understand the psychology at play, guided by some of the great thinkers in the field. The inner child forms as we navigate our environment, absorbing how caregivers respond to our needs for safety, love, and validation. When these needs are consistently met, we develop securely. When they are neglected or responded to inappropriately, the wounded child is born. Carl Jung viewed the quote, child archetype as a universal pattern representing potential, a future possibility, and the need for new beginnings. For Jung, healing the inner child is central to individuation, the process of becoming a whole, integrated self. When this inner child is wounded, its fears and coping strategies become our adult reality. This can manifest as chronic fear, self-sabotage, difficulty trusting, or pushing away love out of fear of rejection. It's time for some storytelling. Let's look at a few scenarios where the unhealed inner child is clearly visible in adult behaviors. Imagine Sarah. As a child, her emotional needs were often ignored when her parents were busy or fighting. Now, as an adult, she constantly seeks approval from her partner and friends, terrified they might leave if she shows her true, imperfect self. That intense neediness, that's the abandoned inner child screaming for reassurance. Next, meet David. Growing up, nothing he did was ever good enough for his strict parents. Today, David is a brilliant professional, yet he suffers from crippling perfectionism and an inner critic that constantly berates him. The critical inner voice is simply the internalized voice of the parents who failed to offer him unconditional love. Finally, consider Lisa. In her family, showing anger or sadness was unacceptable. As an adult, Lisa struggles to set boundaries or express negative feelings. Her inability to assert herself stems from the child who learned that repressing emotions was the only way to stay safe. To deepen our understanding of these wounds, we turn to Erich Fromm, who focused on the human need for connection and authentic living. Fromm emphasized key human needs, notably relatedness, the need to feel connected without losing individuality. When the inner child is wounded, it often compromises authenticity. Lisa, for example, sacrifices her true feelings to maintain relatedness, fearing that true expression will lead to isolation. Fromm's concepts highlight that unhealed wounds are simply unmet needs. The task of the healing adult is to become the benevolent parent who provides the validation, safety, and unconditional love the child aspect missed out on. So how do we translate this psychology into action? What concrete steps can we take to reparent and heal our inner child? First, you must acknowledge the child's pain. When you feel a strong, irrational emotional reaction, pause and say to yourself, "I see you, little one. Your hurt is valid." Self-compassion is the first medicine. This means giving yourself what you didn't receive. Set healthy boundaries, prioritize rest, and talk to yourself kindly. Become the accepting, encouraging adult your inner child always needed. Conscious communication is vital. Try journaling, writing letters between your adult self and your inner child. This practice brings unconscious wounds into the light and allows you to offer immediate comfort and wisdom. Finally, reconnect with innocent joy. What did you love doing as a child? Drawing, dancing, playing outdoors? Make time for these activities. When you play, you are giving your inner child the freedom and happiness that might have been stifled. Healing your inner child is a continuous journey toward integration. It's about bringing the wisdom of the adult together with the needs of the child to achieve a state of true emotional maturity and wholeness. Thank you for watching. Please do like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. And comment below for the next video.